first graders, it's Miss Miner here to talk about 3D shapes, aka solid figures. We are going to talk today about some defining attributes of solid figures. Remember when we talked about 2D shapes or plane shapes, we learned that defining attributes were the things that could not change, that were always the same. Today's defining attributes that we're going to talk about are faces, edges, and vertices. A face is the flat part of a shape. I'm grabbing my shapes here and coming a little closer. So a face is the flat part of a 3D shape. You can see my cube here that I've created. The flat part is right here. If I counted how many faces were on this cube, I would count 1 flat part, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There are 6 faces on my cube because there are 6 flat parts to my cube. I also have a cone here. My cone has only 1 face. This part right here is not flat, it's rounded. So it's not a face. Only this is a face. It only has 1. So the cube had more faces. I also have a cylinder here. Again, I have 1 face, 2 faces. This part going around the middle is round, so it's not a face. So a face is the flat part of a 3D shape. 2D shapes don't have faces. I also am going to look at my chart here. I have written down how many faces. A sphere has 0 faces, 0 flat parts. A cone has 1 face. A cube has 6 faces. A pyramid has 5 faces. Cylinder has 2 faces. A rectangular prism has 6 faces. And a triangular prism has 5 faces. I hope that you're looking at the anchor chart right beside this video and following along. Do you see the 5 flat parts of a pyramid, the 5 faces? I hope that you're looking and seeing those now because you're going to get tested on them in a little bit. The other defining attribute we're going to learn about is an edge. An edge is the sharp part of a shape, or the part where 2 faces meet. So here's a flat part, here's a flat part, and it creates an edge. This is an edge. So a cube has 1 edge, 2 edge, 3 edge, 4 edge, 5 edges, 6 edges, 7 edges, 8 edges, 9 edges, 10, 11, and 12 edges. So again, an edge is where 2 faces meet and they create a seam. That's an edge. So an edge is the part where 2 faces meet. Look at a cone. We only have 1 face. So can 2 be meeting? That means there's no edges on a cone. If I look at this pyramid, I have face, 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 face. So again, my edge is where the 2 faces meet. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. It went for a ride. 5, 6, 7, 8 edges. If I look at my chart, I can see a sphere has 0 faces, and so it has 0 edges too. A cone has 1 face and 0 edges. Make sure you're looking at the anchor chart next to you on the screen. A cube has 12 edges. I can count them even in my picture. Let's see if you can count them too. Do it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I just ran my finger down every black line on the chart. A pyramid has 8 edges, cylinder 0 edges, rectangular prism has 12 edges, and a triangular prism has 9 edges. So the edges is where the face met. The last attribute we're going to learn is the vertice, or vertex for 1. Vertice meaning more than 1. You're right. You're probably thinking, we learned about that with 2D shapes. Vertices are in 2D shapes and 3D shapes. A vertice is where the edge meets. So a edge is where the faces meet, and a vertice is where the edges meet. You might even call it the corner, or the point. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertices on a cube. On a pyramid, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices. Remember, I said a vertice is where two edges meet. Does a cone have any edges? So it doesn't have any vertices either. Even though there's a point at the top, it's not a vertice. Don't let a cone trick you. It wants to trick you. Don't let it. What about a cylinder? Does it have any vertices? I hope you're yelling at your computer. No, you're right. A cylinder has 0 vertices. Let's look at our anchor chart. You're looking at the one beside you on the screen. 0 vertices for a sphere, 0 for a cone, 8 vertices in a cube, 5 vertices in a pyramid, 0 vertices in a cylinder, 8 vertices in a rectangular prism, and 6 vertices in a triangular prism. You're going to practice counting edges, vertices, and faces on IXL in a little bit. Make sure you're looking closely and counting each of them. I'll give you a hint. You might find some items in your house that you can use to count. Just like I was using these in my hands to count, you might go see, do you have something that's in the shape of a cylinder, like my Parmesan cheese, or something that's in the shape of a rectangular prism? If you have those before you start IXL, you might want to go find all the shapes so you can use them to help you finish IXL. If you don't, you'll just have to really look closely at each of the pictures to make sure you're counting correctly. Good luck on IXL. Can't wait to see how you guys do.